Okay, now this video is probably going to get me in trouble, but I think sometimes people who do the Ask HershNoeie wants me to get in trouble or something. How far am I going to push it? And then there's certain times when things come up at the right time where I just don't care and I'm just going to tell you exactly how I feel. And this is kind of one of those times. So, have someone who said that they're a subscriber, a happy subscriber. Thank you for being happy and a subscriber too. I appreciate that. They're saying that, not long ago you did a video talking about men who have beard weaves. Sorry. It's just the whole concept of a beard weave. Just, I don't know, it gets me. But this person said, you didn't want to talk about women with makeup. What about people who overuse filters? I have to stop the video because I just talked about this the other day on Facebook. Somebody came up with a great meme and it had Yoda, from Star Wars. It had Yoda and it said, stop doing this with your photos. And they show a picture of Yoda. And then they show a picture of Yoda with a filter. And it was the funniest thing, but so true. If I find the image of that, I'm going to put that as the thumbnail. But it is so true. So this person wanted me to talk about that because he felt like, while my argument was fair, he felt like I don't spread the love when it comes to women. But first, because I think filters, typically women use filters, right? Not saying guys don't, but typically women use filters. Now here's the thing. I'm going to go down that rabbit hole with you, subscriber, who I'm not going to say your name. I'm going to go down that rabbit hole with you. And I'm going to try to get this out without laughing. But just like how I think beard weaves is ridiculous, I also think that these filters are ridiculous as well. It's just silly. That's one thing if you kind of do it and, you just joking around or whatever. Or, I've had some where I put filters on and whatnot. And, instead of seeing some of this in here, it's just flat. I mean, it's just a sheen. It's like a piece of metal, right? So I've done that joking around, and it's okay for occasional, but you have some people that is all that they use. That's all that they use. And I'm not talking about the young girls who do it and, it's just kind of the thing, filters playing around or whatnot. But you have some people that's all that they actually use. And then you see people commenting saying, oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you're so gorgeous. But it's fool's gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not real gold. It ain't real gold. It's fool's gold. Because that's not what they look like. I mean, I would hate to date this in this day and age. Because look at all of the doctored pictures that people put up. That's not really them. You know what I mean? You have people with beard weaves, and I'm not trying to judge, right? This is lighthearted, and I intend for it to be lighthearted. I'm not calling anyone out in particular. I'm not trying to be mean. That's just not who I am. This is supposed to be kind of funny. I mean, let's just make it kind of funny. But I'm going to try to make it through without laughing because in there in the kitchen, after I was reading this email, I just sat in there and laughed for so long my stomach hurt. Excuse me. I'm getting over the flu, but the crazy thing is that people can literally change entirely what they look like. It used to be back in the day, online dating, people would take a picture of themselves and they would use it from 10 years ago, right? Or they would use, as Noel claimed I did, they would take a picture of them like 50 feet back. And so all you see is just a little bit of you see a person, but they're like the size of an ant, right? That used to be the thing, right? Or something like that. Nowadays, people can really take a picture like right here, and they can alter themselves so much that it's not at all who they are. And to me, it's deceptive. It's deceptive. I think that people should be happy with who they are, what they look like. We're so wrapped up in this whole vanity thing, and it's just silly. Because when people look at those pictures, they know it's altered. It's not a natural picture. Like, to me, natural beauty is natural beauty. There are people who have it. I don't. There are people who have natural beauty, and they just do. Like, not everybody's gonna look like Megan Fox or Megan Good. Not everybody's gonna look like those people. There are people who naturally, that's just what they have. And there's other people who have natural beauty in other ways that they just possess. It's just true, right? And there's other people that not so much. It's just, but you should be appreciative of what you have. Like me, I don't have, I was watching the movie Dolomite, which is actually pretty good. It's got Eddie Murphy in it, and it's got Wesley Snipes. Putting those two together, I mean, it's going to be good. It's got Mike Epps in it. It's got a bunch of people in it, right? And what was great about the movie was seeing a lot of just it was funny, and it was a true story. I didn't know that. So I started watching the real movie. But the 9 out of the 10 women in that movie were just smoking hot. Just natural. Very little makeup, natural hair, everything. Just smoking hot. Most guys typically don't want a woman that's just got like a pound of makeup on their face. It's just not. The whole Pamela Anderson look went out years ago. They're just not into that. Most guys aren't into that. It doesn't matter what race of the guy, what part of the country. Most dudes don't want someone with a ton of makeup on. It's just, again, it's deceptive, right? It's just true. And then, there's some people that I know people who never wear makeup and are just insanely attractive. Alicia Keys started doing that. Alicia Keys, it doesn't matter. Alicia Keys can run and fall in the mud and still be just hot. She's pretty. Doesn't matter what she does, she's still going to be pretty. But she has kind of did that whole thing of no makeup, no doing nothing with her hair, nothing. And it's just naturally beautiful. To me, better looking than back when she was doing all the stuff. So Dolomite was refreshing because there was a lot of really attractive women. They were trying to make it seem like it was back in the 70s, right? This movie Dolomite came out before I was born. So to see the reenactment was pretty cool because, back in the 70s, I mean, I wish I could grow a fro. This is where I'm going with that. Because you saw a lot of women with fros. I wish I could grow a fro, but I can't. I'll end up looking like Bozo if I did. And so I'm cool with that. I can't do the whole, locks. When Ludacris was, doing his thing, I wanted to look like Luda. I can't do Luda. Or Snoop. I can't do Snoop is in that movie too. I can't do Snoop. Can't. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like that, that's gone. And that's fine. I don't go and put plugs in because it's silly to me. Me personally, I should say. Not for anybody else, but me personally, I think it's silly. And I think the same thing when it comes to these filters, which make people look like this can. I don't mean to advertise Pepsi, but they look like this can. Like, come on, like not a flaw at all on your face. I mean, it just, to me, it doesn't make any sense. Every now and again, sure. People playing around, sure. Or the filters where people look like something else, that's different. Or whatever, or the occasional kind of thing, that's different. There are people I know on my Facebook who are very pretty. I've never used a filter once. Never used it. There's one person, she said she was sick and still was very pretty. You know what I mean? Like, some people are blessed that way. Other people, maybe not so much. But you should still be proud of what you look like. Proud of what you have. I just don't understand that. I don't understand doing that. There are some YouTubers who do that. Just obsessed with their looks. And it's like, but you're almost a middle-aged woman. We all know this. You know what I mean? Like, there are people who are you can tell are getting either close to middle-aged or middle-aged, and yet they are fighting hard not to, they want to look 20. And it's like, but you don't, your face is too mature. Like, if you look at my face now and then look at my face back when I was in my 20s, you can tell the difference. You could just take the beard, let me dye this beard black or shave it off. You still can tell the difference. People's face, skin, everything matures. It just, you can't fight that. There's not a doctor that can really change that. They can do a lot. And the other thing is, a lot of people do all this stuff, but yet they do nothing with their neck. And their neck starts looking like this. But their face looks like this. And it's like, but people can tell people can tell that there's work been done. People say, oh no, I didn't do any work, or I just did a little bit of something. But it's like, you did a lot of something, right? I'm not making fun of him, trying to make fun of anybody or what have you. There may be some people that are offended. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just saying that people spend so much time and money and energy on vanity. And it just, to me, life is way too short for that. And most people don't care unless you're making a career in modeling or something. That's different, right? That's different. If you're just an average person, you should appreciate and love what you look like, who you are, every aspect of who you are. Because 9 times out of 10, most people view you in that light and they respect that, right? I'm not out here trying to win a beauty contest. Look at me. I'm not, right? I embrace the gray hair. I embrace the baldness. I embrace my gigantic head. I mean, my head is huge. I embrace those things. I don't go out here trying to find a doctor to shave some of this down. I have a little dolphin dip. I'm okay with that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to appreciate what you have and love who you are. And a filter, especially the ones they have, make people look way too good. I mean, when you have people looking like they're 12, and you know they're not, it just looks silly. To me, it's silly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's similar. And the person brings up the beard weaves, and I bring that up too because you can tell it's just not legit. It's too perfect. And the funny thing is, you're supposed to be imperfect. You're supposed to have wrinkles as you get older. You're supposed to have gray hair. You're supposed to have what have you. I mean, some of these people, and I'm not trying to, hop on the whole politics thing, but some of these people in Congress, have you seen them? Not a stitch of gray hair. And it's like, come on now, you're 78. You don't have a gray hair one. Like, to me, I think we're just so obsessed with that. I respect it more when someone says, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. I know a girl who's younger than me. She's probably Noelle's age, and her head is as white as toilet paper. Young girl. Husband, his hair is just white. And he's younger than her by, I think, a year. They're young. And they just have gray hair. And you know what? She just embraces it. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is cool. I like that. That's awesome that they both are just like, whatever. Their biggest focus is what they eat, what they consume, how much exercise they do. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what's more important to them and they got money. So they could easily go and get a dye or do whatever. But she never puts on makeup. She never does a filter. She never does any of that type of stuff because that wouldn't be her. And she's never been that. I've known this chick for, God, almost 19 years. That's crazy. But anyway, she has never done that. Even when she was like, in her, like 18, she's never done that. And so, to me, to answer your question, what do I think about filters? I think that the occasional joking around type thing's cool, but when every one of your pictures that people look at, every one of your pictures that they go through and look at is a filter, and you can tell because even everything in the back, because a filter filters everything typically. I mean, everything in the background, everything in the background looks amazing. Right? Like, there's no flaws anywhere in the picture. So, like, if you took a picture of me right now, like, that little cage back there would be looking shiny and blingy, and the curtains back there would look great, or the blinds would look all amazing. To me, it's silly. I don't get that. Personally, I don't get it. I think that there should be a hashtag no filter movement, to be honest with you. There probably is. There's always a hashtag nothing. There's always a hashtag don't do this or don't do that or stop that type of thing. But to me, I think it's silly, in my opinion. Now, if you're one of those people who does that, keep doing you. Like I said with the beard weave thing. Like if you believe in the beard weave, go ahead and do it. I'm not saying don't do it. It's just not for me. I don't understand it. You know, if that's what you like, go for it. If you like having a filter on every single one of your pictures, that's fine. I think it is deceptive when people go on a date. When you have two single people, they've never met you, and all of your pictures are a filter. Who are they dating, the app or you? I mean, they're attracted to an app. That's pretty bad. Anyhow, maybe I'm being judgmental. Again, not trying to be mean, but somebody asked me that question. I went through the rabbit hole with you. I'm out of that rabbit hole now. I'm back to my normal self of not trying to be rude, because maybe that was a little rude, but that's just my feelings on it. It's the truth. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I will see you. Take care.